presents Definitely Not a Jew on the Adam Carolla Show. Dateline, St. Petersburg, Florida. A 37-year-old woman was charged with misdemeanor battery after striking a man at a transitional housing facility with a cinnamon roll. Definitely not a Jew.
All right, Kyle Dunnigan's over there. We're over here.
Yeah.
And what's in the news?
Well, our good friend Sylvester Stallone is auctioning off the holy grail of watches as part of his $7.5 million collection. It's going to be done through Sotheby's in a couple days, or actually tomorrow as you hear this. So the highlight of the lot is the Patek Philippe Grandmaster Chime, which could fetch between
Patek Philippe.
2.5 and $5 million. So we actually have Sly Stallone here who can explain why he's auctioning off such a big part of his great watch
why are you
collection.
doing that, Sly?
Yeah, the Patek Philippe watch I'm getting rid of because, I've come actually, sometimes they talk about liquid cash. You know this, Adam, with your gold, your black card.
Yeah.
Guys like us.
Yeah, we got black cards.
Sometimes the liquid cash runs out. You got no money. Even though you have money, you don't have the actual money. There's a picture of the watch there.
Yeah.
And
No,
so
I know.
don't have any money. So I got to sell this watch that I love very much. This thing's a fantastic piece of machinery right here, if you take a look at this. And the reason why it's worth $5 million, you might be like, hey, Sly, that's just a watch, right?
Yeah.
It looks like any other watch, if you look at the thing too long. But the thing that's great about this watch, Adam, is that this watch tells you the time it is. If wherever you put it, if you put it what time it is there, then it's you know what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
But
Were you saying where you are, it tells you what time it is?
Yeah, anywhere you are, you can set the watch to that time, and that thing will tell you what time it is there. Fantastic. $5 million.
Well, hold on a second. So I just got back from Magoobies in Timonium,
Disgusting, yeah.
and I had I used Mike August's watch when I went up on stage because I wasn't sure if they had a clock up there. I borrowed his watch, and we set it, for the time difference.
Right, yeah.
But it wasn't a $5 million watch.
but it's still
But it should be.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just saying, I think you can set the watch to what time you want it to be, whatever the watch is.
Any watch.
Any watch is what I'm saying.
But let me ask you, let me ask you a question. All right. After your comedy jokes were done, was that watch, was it still running on time?
Yeah.
Because my Felipe watch would be still on time. Runs like a clock. My watch. $5 million.
Watch runs like a clock.
It runs like a clock. My
okay.
watch.
I mean, you could probably set your watch on your watch.
Your watch to my watch. Yeah, you can set my watch. You can set your watch to my watch, and you'll watch what happens. It's a good time.
So, okay.
$5 million.
All right, $5 million. All right. Well, I'll be rooting for you. I mean, is there a date, or is it one of those online auctions that, is it a hard out, or is it just go on for a week online at Sotheby's?
I just know it starts June 5th at Sotheby's. I don't know.
Starts June. Well, if it says starts June 5th, it's probably online for a week.
Yeah.
And Sly, you could help the cause of your watch if you cut a video or something talking about the watch, or
a little promo.
Oh yeah, like a promo video.
Yeah, tell people, hey, you win this watch, you come to my house, you can bang one of my daughters, and I'll give you the watch personally.
Hey,
or whatever.
We're just spitballing.
No,
here.
I'm not saying what to say.
Yeah, Sly famously as Rocky in Rocky 2, you said to Adrian, Adrian, if you want to have a good time, you got to have a good watch. That's
Yeah,
really all
that's
you need.
right.
That's in the
That's
movie,
right.
so I know that this is
That's
very
in the
important to
movie.
you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you
I
go.
like how you skipped over that Adam just said he's going to make love to one of my daughters or something disgusting.
No, I'm saying offer the people something for getting the watch.
Right.
You know.
Hey, you promised me you won't think of my baby girls when you're playing hand turkey, all right? You promised me that.
Hand
You
turkey.
promised me that right now.
I know. It's too late.
Promise, say Sly, I, Adam, will not
I
play
watched
hand
your-
turkey
I
with my
watched your-
purple warrior.
I watched the A&E show, and I find your daughters attractive, and it's kind of too late to make that
Break
promise.
my heart.
Yeah, starting now.
Oh,
But
my
starting
God.
now.
Starting
from
now.
this day forward.
All
Yeah.
right, starting now. Okay, starting now.
Okay.
I heard that the reason you're selling the watches is because, we know you moved to Palm Beach, Florida, but you didn't want to pack your watches moving from LA to Florida.
Yeah, I needed money, and I didn't want to pack the watch because, it's hard to pack a watch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's very difficult to pack a watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Odd
offload 'em?
shape. It's a weird shape.
They're
you
odd
know?
shape.
What
The
kind of
shape
box?
is too weird. Yeah. I feel
Weird.
like you could just put it in a sock and put it in the, suitcase. I don't know. Maybe that's just
Put in
me.
a sock. It's
No,
a $5 million watch.
Yeah, no, you're right.
on.
You're right. No, I'm sorry, Sly. That was. I keep saying dumb stuff. I think you make me nervous.
Yeah, you sound dumb sometimes. I mean, seriously.
Well,
It's
I'm
great.
glad we have Sly here because he's an actor, and Rebel Wilson's in the news talking about actors. She says that gay actors only playing gay roles is total nonsense, and it's also total nonsense that only straight actors can play straight roles. They should be able to intertwine, but there's
That
always a lot
sounds
of
like it makes
pushback.
sense. She's sounding like she's making sense.
makes sense,
That's
right?
interesting. When you hear
No, that's
actors say things that make sense, it always catches me off guard.
I know.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You should be able to play any role you want, regardless of sexual identity.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, broken watches right twice a day.
Oh,
Speaking
yeah.
of watches,
Oh,
get Sly's watch. It's only $5 million. Okay.
Yeah,
Is he's just using the show for
a commercial. Dawson,
now.
find out
Okay.
about that auction. It must start on that date, and maybe it's live for a week or something. Let's see if it's online or where it is.
Do you think he'll get that much?
The watch world is a weird world. The cars, they narrow the price down. The estimate is the window is pretty accurate, mostly on cars and auctions. There's no such thing. All right, so you say you got a watch, and the estimate is between 2.5 and 5, right?
Yeah.
Now, there's no such thing as saying, "Oh, I got a Lamborghini Miura SV," and the estimate is between 2.5 and 5, because the estimate is between 2.7 and 3.2, because they narrow
more
it
narrow,
window. They don't go twice as much. Like you wouldn't do that with a home. You know what I mean? You wouldn't do that with the home. Whether their home was $1 million, you wouldn't go, "Oh, it's either $5 million or $10 million." It's kind of bullshit in
But
the
if
watch
my
world.
if my watch was in the home, Adam, you see what I'm saying here? Then you would do that. You see?
If your
It
watch
comes with the
came
house.
with the home. Oh, so if I sold a $5 million house with your $5 million
With my
watch in it, then it would
it's
be a 10.
7.5 or it's 10. Yeah.
Oh, you know
exactly.
what? You're right, Sly. And this reminds
you
me.
gotta think.
I don't like it. Remember, they don't do it anymore, but remember back in the day, they'd go, "This restaurant in Manhattan is making a $2,000 martini." And then you go, "What is it?" And it goes, "It's a martini with a diamond in it." And it's like, you can't add shit to something. I couldn't say, "Oh, I'm selling you a 1974 Chevy Vega, and I want $200,000 for it because there's $200,000 in the glove box." That's not a
Yeah.
$200,000 Chevy Vega. That's a
Adam.
That's a car with money in the glove box, and this isn't a $20,000 martini. It's a fucking $9 martini with a diamond sitting in it.
Right.
That's how I roll.
Hey, listen, if you happen to be pleasuring yourselves, you find yourself pleasuring yourself to my daughters once again, will you just promise at the very end you look away? Don't finish like staring at them. Just promise me that, all right?
Okay.
Thank you.
It's honorable.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I can agree to that.
Be an honorable man. That's all. All right, next story.
All right. Next story.
All right, next story. So there's a woman suing. I'm sorry. Yeah, a woman is suing Madonna
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
For her concert in L.A. So she took an 11. So this woman, she took an 11-year-old girl to Madonna's concert at the Kia Forum, and she was shocked at what she saw. She thought she was taking her 11-year-old daughter to a pop concert, but she says in the middle of the concert, the women on stage remove their tops and are completely topless. They begin to act out sexual situations, including cunnilingus and digital penetration, amongst other pornographic type situations. This is with absolutely no warning to anyone who's offended by this type of content, especially those who bring a child to the concert. So, and she said that the tickets were expensive, and she thinks that Madonna has lulled fans to buy these tickets purposely and deceptively, and withheld information when it came to marketing the shows.
Well, you should know, by now who Madonna is. On the other hand, I could see myself wanting to see Madonna, not really expecting a topless review and, cats of nine tails and stuff. Like, I could see sexy dancing, but I wouldn't, and sort of an androgynous backup dancers and stuff like that. But I'd probably be surprised if people start taking their shirts off and stuff. Like, I thought there was some burlesque laws or something that would say you can't do that, like in this facility. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you could start. I don't think you could I don't think you could take a stand-up club and turn it into a topless show. I think someone would tell you don't have that license or you can't do that. Now, Natasha Leggero could take her top off. Sly, Natasha Leggero?
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Very funny comedian. Yes.
Yeah.
She's great.
Well,
I really like her
what
a
would
lot.
it sound like if you said Natasha Leggero?
Same as you saying it.
Oh.
Natasha Leggero. Natasha Leggero. Natasha Leggero.
Put this in a sentence. Can we say this?
Yeah.
I went to Natasha Leggero's party with. Hold on, I'm just
long, man.
Anna Maria Albrighetti.
All right, let me try it here.
Okay.
This seems like a pretty simple thing to do. I went to a party at Natasha Leggero's house, and I saw Marino Menounos and Edwardi's Albrighetti's there, and it was fantastic. Satisfied?
It's close.
Let's see if we can work this out.
Is your test over?
I went to Maria Menounos' house and saw Natasha Leggero and Anna Maria Albrighetti.
Okay, very simple. I went to Menino Menounos' house there, and I saw some two wonderful people, comedian Natasha Leggero and one of Albrigida Albrighetti's, and what a fantastic time we had. Is it? Are we happy with this?
That was pretty close. That was pretty close.
Quite happy.
Hey, Adam, before you fire off some knuckle children to my little girls, would you, for the love of God, would you please just take a moment to just look up to heaven and say, "My God, please forgive me," just before.
Okay. I'll do the cross and everything.
Thank you. Before you make snow, do that for me.
The auction starts at 6 a.m.
Yeah, it's in New York, though. I mean, it starts at 9 a.m. in New York, 6 a.m. on this time. It is a live auction. You can bid from a computer, but it's not an internet. You have to contact people to do the bidding.
Yeah,
They have a list of...
They have phone bidders.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Quite the
People
collection.
can't wait to pay a ridiculous price for something that's very simple and stupid.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the woman also said that Madonna was really tardy to that show. She's supposed to start at 8:30.
She was retarded.
And she didn't hit the stage till 10 p.m. She said that she didn't even sing her songs live. They were lip synced, and for many hours, everyone was forced to sit in what felt like a sauna. And this was no accident. Madonna insisted that the AC stay off. And when people in the crowd complained, she said she's not turning it on. And if they didn't like it, they should take their clothes off.
Yeah.
It's on you for going to see Madonna. Madonna is such an egotist that she pitched a fit. Remember, like 10 years ago, she was doing a show in like Rio de Janeiro, and she came outside. It was an outdoor amphitheater, and somebody was smoking somewhere, and she like walked off stage. It's on you for supporting Madonna, but I do get the part where, like, I could see if my daughter was 11 and wanted to go to Madonna, and I took her thinking it was going to be Taylor Swifty-esque or something. Like, I would expect a sort of, burlesque version of it, but I don't think I would expect nudity.
Right.
Also, what is creative about that? You know what I mean? Like, I just don't. I find Madonna and
it's just
all
shock
her
value
sexuality is not creative. Like, just write a fucking better song, would you?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, Sly, you've met Madonna a few times, right? Oh, she sucks?
Yeah, she sucks. She sucks.
Oh, it's good. Yeah.
All right, let's see here. So there's this whole thing going on in the WNBA and Caitlyn Clark. Mm-hmm. So she was hip checked by a player from the Chicago Sky, Kennedy Carter, and it went viral over the weekend. Kennedy Carter seems to mouth "you bitch" or something like that right before the hip check. We'll play it here for you. And this is right before they inbounded the ball. So initially it was just called a regular foul, but it has been since reviewed and now marked as a flagrant one. And there's a lot of opinions about this. Now, first off, right after the game, Kennedy did a press conference and they asked her about Caitlyn Clark, and the hip check. Here's what she had to say.
Kind of on the play before bumping in with Caitlyn, it seemed like she turned to you a little bit after the fever
I
score.
didn't answer no Caitlyn Clark questions.
Did she say anything to you?
I don't know what she said.
What'd you say to her?
I didn't say anything.
That's enough.
Yeah. So all right. It's getting a little catty.
Yeah, good.
Getting a little catty.
That's how you get views. This is what you do.
That's how you get views. I mean, now here is Sunny Hostin on The View.
I wonder what side she's going to be on.
This was before the incident, but this is her talking about Caitlyn Clark and the WNBA.
You know, I've been a basketball fan since I can remember. I played basketball with my dad in Harlem when I was 5 years old. So I remember loving the game, and the game not necessarily loving women back, right? At all. At all. And so if Caitlyn Clark is the vehicle that will bring this sport that I have loved so much and so long to little 5-year-old girls playing in Harlem, I say yes, bravo. Yeah. I do think that there is a thing called pretty privilege. There is a thing called white privilege. There is a thing called tall privilege. And we have to acknowledge that. And so the part of it is about race, because if you think about the Brittany Griners of the world, you know, why did she have to go to play in Russia?
Because they wouldn't pay her.
Because they wouldn't pay her.
Because they wouldn't pay, not because she was black, but because they didn't believe in the WNBA.
This is part of my point. Yeah. Now, you know, Caitlyn Clark is bringing this money, these sponsorships, we hope, into the league, and other players will benefit from it. But I do think that she is more relatable to more people because she's white, because she's attractive.
So, first off, imagine if Sunny Hostin wasn't attractive. Would anyone want to hear what the fuck that 10-cent head has to say? Number one, she doesn't say anything. Right. So there is no track record for white America supporting black basketball players. We don't have a history of. Let me see if I can think of any white. Let me see. All right, let's see. All right. I supported Bob Cousy.
Okay.
And Larry Bird and the guy who shot free throws underhand.
Yeah,
I can't name any other NBA greats. Can you? I can't think of anybody else.
Not off the top of my head. I might have to.
That's all of them, right?
Yeah.
Not been supporting African Americans. You're correct.
Yeah. Now, Pete Maravich. That's the other guy. I can't think of any other. And that was the Olympic team, right? Oh, Stockton. Yeah, that was the Olympic team. It was Pete Maravich and Larry Bird and Bob Cousy and Stockton and George Micah. I think those are the
top
I
guys.
can't think of any other guys. Do you?
No.
All right. So
Not
I
off
guess
of memory.
Sonny's right. It's, by the way, the people who think like racists, like all the race hustlers, constantly graft that onto people. Like, why would people want to support a black athlete? It's in most America wouldn't support. It's like, no, we don't think racist thoughts. You think racist thoughts. We think we want the best man and or woman for the job. That's you guys being racist. Like, America's not ready to accept a black vice president. Yes, we are. If she's good, then we are.
I'll tell you what, I don't want Eskimos. I don't want them on the basketball field. Personally, I do have a thing about that.
Sonny. All right.
And then I remember like when Caitlyn Clark was leaving her college career, like Lynette Woodward, who initially had the record for points scored, she was doing a speech to honor Caitlyn for surpassing her score or her scoring record. But she did it in a weird way. Here's the clip of how she...
It turns out black people can be racist, too. I think that's what I'm learning.
No.
I'm learning that in this day and age. And I don't know what this woman said. I'm just saying
that's not possible.
So she just had her scoring record surpassed by Caitlyn, and this is how she honored her.
I am the hidden figure, but no longer now. My record was hidden from everyone for 43 years. 43 years. I don't think, I'll just go ahead and get the elephant out of the room. I don't think my record has been broken because you can't duplicate what you're not duplicating. And so unless you come with a men's basketball and a 2-point shot, hey, you know.
Right, so people are like, oh, so you're undercutting her because they invented the 3-point line. They use a slightly smaller ball. And so they're just saying like, oh, the WNBA is getting petty about Caitlyn Clark joining, but everyone's arguing, well, a lot more eyeballs are going to the WNBA because of her.
Yeah.
And they're getting more sponsorships, and they're actually getting more ticket sales and views. And Charles Barkley had something to say about all of this.
I love this guy.
You women out there, y'all petty, man. Hey, LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlyn Clark. Y'all petty, girls. I expect men to be petty because we're the most insecure group in the world.
Oh, you are.
Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all ass private charters, all the money and visibility she bringing to the WNBA. Don't be petty like dudes. Listen, what she's accomplished, give her flowers. Stop being petty, all you women out there. She got y'all ass charters. She bringing all y'all this money to the table, but y'all being petty like dudes.
Yeah, I'm with Charles, so that you don't have to include dudes. We're not that petty. And you go have your critique, unless you're talking about Tom Petty or Richard Petty, who are dudes. And I don't know if that's what he's referring to, the Petty. There's also Kyle Petty. He might have been talking about the Petty NASCAR.
The Petty family.
The Petty family. And again, Tom and/or. Yeah.
But anyway, so, it looks like the women in the WNBA aren't as welcoming as we thought.
Well,
they should be.
Are they just being racist? It's like,
I mean,
she's
people are
white,
saying she's racist, jealousy. It could just be attention. I mean, maybe it could be anything. But
listen, women, you're constantly complaining about us. What about you guys and what you do to each other? You're horrible to each other. Women are horrible to each other. If anyone really studies them. Like the Yentas and Congress screaming the other week and stuff. Like, it's not us. It's
baby
you.
girl.
You guys
girl.
You're doing it to yourselves.
That's right.
That's right.
They don't thank us either.
No.
They go, hey, we don't need a man around. Yeah, after we built everything. Yeah, now you don't.
That's right.
Yeah, we built this.
Now we built everything. Sure, you don't need us. Yeah.
You take, man, let's start over again. Men go in one part of the woods, women go to the other part. Each build a society. You don't tell me the 2 weeks is women sneaking over there going, hey, I'll give you some pleasures, some oral pleasures.
If I went over to the women's side 2,000 years later, I'd be like, you bitches still haven't figured out a spatula yet? 2,000 years.
The toilets ain't going to work.
We'd have space shuttles and suspension bridges and smartphones. Yeah.
Right. They'd be syncing up their menses, their menstruation cycles would sync up. They'll be chatty and fighting like that View terrible show that we just saw.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
right,
Adam, you're talking about airlines, and we know your feelings about dogs on flights, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your solution was pet on a jet, right? Or pet in a jet. I forget what it.
Sly, you'd like this.
Yeah.
There's too big a problem with people bringing all their dogs to the airports and on planes.
Yeah, right.
And they're defecating on planes and they're having to turn planes around.
right.
And it's just a bunch of people who want to travel with their dog. No one needs a dog to travel. Believe me, I do it all the time. I have a dog. I don't travel with my dog. I'm able to travel without a dog, and so is everybody in America.
Right.
This thing doesn't exist. But there's too many people getting fake notes from their doctors. And all I'm saying is this, Sly. They have to test, you know the word metallurgy?
The metal detector test, yes.
No, metallurgy.
Oh, no. Okay.
Why
don't you tell us what that means?
You have the word.
I know what it means.
You know the word metallurgy?
Yeah, tell the audience, though.
Oh,
so
okay.
They know.
You know. Can you say metallurgy?
Yeah. Metallurgy, yeah.
Okay.
Metallurgy.
All right.
Metallurgy.
They have
I'm
to.
saying it.
Oh, yeah. They have to test the impellers and the propellers of the jet engines. So if there's a goose strike, a bird strike, they won't all break
if there's
up.
a goose in there, you got to get it out of there. That's right. And that's the metallurgy you're talking about.
No. The metallurgy is the science of testing the metal to see if it can withstand a bird strike, you know. And you know how they test it?
They throw birds at it, I would assume.
Yeah. They fire up the engine. They throttle it up. They get to full throttle. And they take an air cannon and they fire a frozen chicken at it through an air cannon.
That sounds like a good idea, yes.
Right.
And
now here's my idea.
Yeah.
We're going to go around the airports and we're going to find people that have a fake note from their doctor to bring their stupid lap dogs with them.
Put them in the air cannon. I see where you're going with this.
And then we're going to put it on all the TV sets that show CNN and all the monitors and every monitor in the airport, every computer, all the flight, arrivals and departures, every CNN. And we're just going to put it on there. And I'm going to narrate. And we're going to fire that dog into a spooled up Rolls-Royce engine.
Yeah.
We're going to show the owner sobbing and begging that I don't pull the cord on the air cannon and fire the dog. We're going to show the loading. We're going to fire it. You're going to see pink mist come out of the back of the spooled up 777 Rolls-Royce engine. And then I'm going to look in the lens and I'm going to say, any fucking questions? Anyone want to bring their dog to this fucking airport? Because you might get through, or they might end up this way.
You could even do like 1 in 100. It would scare people enough.
That's what I'm saying. We wouldn't have to do it to all dogs. Second I did one, next day, no one would show up with their fucking dogs. All of a sudden, people magically could fly without their dogs. That would stop it. And why is your shit dog so much nobler than a chicken? You know what I mean? Chickens are smart. People like chickens.
Smaller poops.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, why should we sacrifice a chicken for the impeller?
I thought you were saying, why can't we have a chicken on a plate? I thought that's what you were saying.
I am. Well, I'm saying both, really. But what's so noble about your Shih Tzu? I got a chicken. You know what I mean?
We should fire dolphins in there. We got to make sure that the plane works. If there's anything, those dolphins, they jump out of the sea very high. I don't think you've seen that.
This is the opposite of Noah's Ark.
I guess you could suck up a dolphin if you're full throttle.
You could suck up a dolphin. Let's see if it works.
Oh, I'd love the look on women's faces if I fired a dolphin into that thing.
I'll tell you, when you don't want to bring a dolphin on a flight.
Oh,
people
man.
really look at you
think women didn't like me before that CNN op-ed. Wait till I fire a dolphin.
Dolphin cannon. They're not going to like that.
No. Find a clip, Dawson or something. Byron. I don't know where Byron. Is Byron there? Yeah, find a clip of what they do. They have an air cannon. They spool it up. And I think they fire frozen chickens, although I don't know why it's frozen. Because
if you could do a frozen chicken, it could do a non-frozen one.
I know, but you'd think for the simulation, it would just be a thawed chicken that was fired from a cannon.
Right.
Yeah, make it accurate.
What I'm saying? Yeah, make it accurate. All right.
Speaking of accurate, the Sly Watch. Get it online, $5 million.
And
the
again,
people who brought you pet in a jet.
The only watch where you could change
Dolphin
the
in the
time
cannon.
to where you are.
Right.
Anywhere you are, just change it, spin the little spool, and there you are.
That's nice.
So if you're in Europe, it could be 7 or 8 hours difference.
Who knows?
Right.
Change your watch.
Right. You got your watch, right? But then you come. But if you're on the East Coast, it would be 3 hours later.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He hasn't figured that part out yet.
Okay.
There's this new company called Bark that charters. It's meant for you to fly with your dog. All right, so they just did their inaugural flight from New York to Van Nuys. Tickets cost $6,000 for one dog and its owner, but they call it the White Paw Experience. It's meant mainly for the dogs, where humans come in second. They have puppuccinos, they have doggy champagne, which is chicken broth on the flight. The dogs can walk around and interact with each other. It holds about 15 people per flight, and it's just roomy. It's meant for people
Here's what I don't get about
fly with their dogs.
Here's what I don't get about dogs on a flight. Byron, you find that clip somewhere? That's got to be easy to find, right? It's just right there. Yeah, I never know because I don't. Sometimes it's on the screen, but isn't it just Google that in and it just comes up?
That's what we're working on.
I thought they were all over the place. Anyway. Here's what I don't get. You travel, you bring your backpack. God forbid you fucking put it on the floor and you don't push it under the seat in front of you and they go nuts.
Oh,
and if
they
you put
freak out.
They put it on the seat next to you. If it's open, they won't let you do that either. What is your medium-sized dog doing during an emergency other than where my feet are running around somewhere? Like, this is a backpack that runs and shits.
Yeah, with a mind of its own.
With a mind of its own, who's freaking out because its master's screaming and yelling, "Jesus, don't take me now." Why is that safe? Why is your dog sitting at your feet safe, but my backpack is some sort of it's hindrance to safety on this plane? I don't get it.
Question.
Yes, I completely agree.
Well, flights are only from New York and LA and London, but they're going to be adding more destinations.
It's a good spot to find a sugar mama. You might want to get...
Oh, yeah.
What I'm saying is, this is a Rob Schneider movie. You're a poor guy. You got your last $6,000. You borrow your roommate's dog, and you go on this flight because you're dealing with women who are fucking rich, and it's all divorce money.
And you're not a dog guy.
Their old man's not paying for that. And Rob learns to love the person's dog.
Right.
Well, the plane crashes on a deserted island. I'm trying to get a second act for you.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, so you tell us.
Well, I'm just thinking, you need some kind of, I know how to write scripts.
Of course.
And you need some sort of an inciting incident there. And I think it'd be nice to in the plane with the dogs and have a nice time. He's flirting with the ladies. Rob Schneider, very, very great actor, very funny man. And these ladies, they don't like him, They're like, who's this guy? And he's like, this is going down the tubes. Then the plane starts, having troubles there. Maybe even Rob makes it crash. Anyway, they're now stranded, and they need Rob. And they need his penis, ultimately. That's as far as I got.
All right, that's not bad. All right, we can't find any footage of the cannon in the thing.
Stand by.
Oh, you did?
Right.
All right.
Well, I mean, with this airline, no crates, no TSA checkpoints or screening. I mean, it could be a good deal if you're just trying to get somewhere quick.
I think there's going to be rich bitches, rich divorced women, because if you're married, your husband doesn't want to pay for that nonsense. This is widows who are rich, and divorcees that are rich. And all you have to do is get on that flight because they'll assume you're rich or you couldn't get on that flight, and that you love dogs.
Bring some treats.
Because
you gotta get their dog to like you first before the woman will even talk to you.
Well, you bring on your dead dog, and you go, my dog died.
Oh, I'll get the sympathy.
During the flight, the sympathy there.
That's a good move.
All right, Kyle, I guess we're done. We don't have a picture.
Because you can't find a chicken going into a...
If you go on your computer and you just Google in that,
oh,
is it just going to pop up?
This already looks awful.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, God.
Yes. What you saw was a chicken being thrown inside an aircraft engine.
Wow.
Well, that didn't work at all. That didn't make me feel better.
Well, that's why they got to test them.
Should have thawed the chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like they could never fix that problem.
Right.
No, it works when it works. Huh.
Why are we shooting missiles at other planes? We should just shoot chickens at them.
We shoot chickens at them.
It's way cheaper.
All right. Burn.
Ooh, look at that guy get sucked in.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. $22 billion worth of damage every year. All right. We got it. Bird strikes. Kyle Dunnigan, everyone. The Kyle Dunnigan Show.
Thanks for having me.
Always a good time with the Dunster.
My pleasure.
That's what I call you now. Thursday's the new show season this Thursday. You go on to youtube.com/Kyle Dunnigan, and that's where you go. And check him out on Bircham as well.
Yeah.
I'll be back at Kimmel's Club getting yelled at in the Centurion Lounge. That'll be June 13th. And then Governors in Levittown. That'll be, where is that? New York. Yeah. Levittown, I should say. Doing stand-up there June 28th and 29th. First time at Governors. So come by and say hi. And I'm going to Eugene, Oregon and Washington. And just go to adamcarolla.com for all my live shows. Until next time, Adam Carolla for Kyle Dunnigan and Chris Laxamana saying mahalo.